Hey, what's up, y'all? So today we're headed to Santa Cruz, California to visit Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk and their classic old Woody the Giant Dipper. But first, before we get to that, I just want to let you know the Northern California coast is beautiful. We drove south to Monterey. I highly recommend you do that as well. To the coast, Big Sur. It's just beautiful weather, jaw-dropping scenery, and on top of that, just a few miles up the road is this funky little gem of a park. So most of the time, I'm like California sweet, but I'm definitely East Coast, meaning I think we have it better over here. But with that said, Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is like the Coney Island of California, and in my opinion, it is better. It's the same basic setup, but with better weather, better maintained park. Everything just looks really well taken care of and so forth. Whereas Coney Island has a more street smart sort of vibe, which has its own charm, but I have to say I have to give the nod to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I love this place. So starting out, we went to the Games Pavilion. It's a really cool old building that's probably left over from the early 1900s. And it's filled with food stalls and games, and I think there's a volleyball court, there's a putt-putt course. It's really interesting just to sort of explore around in there. And then if you turn around and walk back along the boardwalk down the Midway, it's just rides on top of rides. They've got all sorts of flats here, and everything is really just built on top of each other. It was really crowded when we were here, but the atmosphere was great. Everyone was having a good time, and it was just a lot of fun. Another cool thing about Santa Cruz is they have one of the last remaining grab the ring carousels left, with the other, in the United States at least, being at Knoebels. When you have to grab the ring when you're riding the carousel, it makes it so much more fun. It just creates some sort of action, and everybody's always racing to get on the outside horses so they can go for it, so it was a lot of fun. So the Giant Dipper, I was expecting to like it, and I absolutely loved it. This is so much fun, such a great ride. The stats aren't that impressive. It's only 70 feet tall, according to RCDB, but they've got great airtime sprinkled here and there throughout the ride. The ride starts with an awesome tunnel that must drop below the boardwalk itself because there's a lot of speed there. The ride ops are totally chill. If you want to wait for the front or the back, they'll let you do it. It's really a beautiful ride to look at as well. I love the paint scheme. The red and the white really pops against all the blues of the sky and the ocean and so forth. And at 95 years old, it doesn't seem like there's any sign of it letting up. So it's a great ride. I really enjoyed it. So then walking around the park, everything is put together really well, I have to say. The kiddie area in particular is down some stairs. It's kind of lower than the rest of the park. And they seem to have done a really nice job on this. And I really like the kiddie coaster, actually. The way they had it set up, it looked really nice. And across from Santa Cruz, if you actually leave the park and just go a few blocks down, there's a long pier that juts out into the ocean. There's great views of the park from there. You can get the famous ocean shot that I began the video with. There were all sorts of people fishing there, and as a matter of fact, there were a bunch of seals hanging out there as well. Of course, like I said at the beginning, I'm from the East Coast, and we're not used to seeing seals around here, so in the columns where we were adding up the pros and cons of the East Coast versus the West Coast, I guess we'll give this one to California. So yep, I thought I would like Santa Cruz before I went, and I absolutely ended up loving it. I really wish this was closer to me because it's something that I would really like to go to often. There aren't too many of these sort of beachfront parks anymore. There's certainly like Coney Island, like I said. There's Maury's Pier. There's a few other piers in New Jersey. There's some in South Carolina, but they're really becoming sort of a dying breed. So it's really nice to go and just see what these parks have been like for so many years. So many people have enjoyed them for over a century at this point. So it's really fun. So if you're in the area, definitely stop by. But that's going to be about it for this look at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Definitely hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think. If you've been, if it's your home park, I'm pretty envious of you. This is a pretty special place. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Take care and enjoy the ride.